Hello, incredible soul. I am Anafink, the Wellness Architect, and welcome to the Embodied Woman podcast. I've been sitting in contemplation this month with a powerful concept and theme, and it's the threshold. I've been sitting in thought and reflection around what does the threshold mean? What does it symbolize? What conjures meaning for you when you hear that word? What is conjured for you when you hear that word, rather? For me, threshold signifies change, transition, new beginning. It's like the threshold of a door. The door can take you outside from within or bring you inside from outside. And this moment is a defining moment. It opens you to a new chapter, a new environment. So a threshold for me has always signaled the beginning of something new and the end of something prior. And that is what we are all navigating personally and collectively, because each day is its own threshold, each moment is its own threshold, deciding point. Who are we going to be? How are we going to show up? And when we choose to meet each moment as a threshold, we reclaim our power and we begin to step into who we're here to be. Threshold moments often arrive quietly, subtly. They rarely announce themselves like a loud, present, declarative statement. In the moment, they can feel subtle. But in the moment where you choose something different, that is a threshold that you've crossed something new. Instead of repeating the same pattern, you chose something new and something true. So even though it might feel insignificant, it carries deep power. And there are moments that quietly and subtly redirect the entire trajectory of our lives, shaping both our identity and our reality. And these come about compounded moments over time. So when you're looking to cross a threshold, there is often an identity piece that relates. I am in the midst of my own threshold moment. In June, I declared something and I decided I would do something different. And I invested in myself and mentorship in a way I had not in the past. I knew that I needed the support. I knew it would calibrate me to my next level of leadership, power, and identity. And sometimes these threshold moments, oftentimes I will say, they don't feel comfortable. They feel like an edge. They feel uncomfortable. They feel terrifying. Often there is a lot of resistance that is conjured with the threshold because we're moving out of what we've known into what we don't yet know, into the unknown, into the realm of possibility, potentiality, uncertainty. And I recently hired a mentor who had this experience called the threshold. And in that, I am experiencing so much change and I'm refining and realigning and reimagining every area of my life, my appearance, my style, my persona, my environment, my business, my relationships, seeing where I am aligned and where I am not. This light of awareness is not always comfortable because it requires us to look at ourselves and our lives honestly, to identify where we're still living in alignment with the old identity, thus perpetuating the old reality. The very thing that we want to change that we're not changing because we haven't stepped beyond what we've known and crossed the threshold. Because stepping into a new identity means letting go of an old one. The version of you that got you here is not the version of you that will get you to where you want to go, to the next iteration. That version of you has to be let go in order for a new version to emerge. And as you do, expect that the old version will rise, will surface to try and keep you exactly where you are, hindering you. And that resistance, that old patterning is not a sign to stop nor to quit. It's a sign to recommit. It's a sign that you are at the threshold. Will you choose what you've always known and recreate that which you only have known? Or will you choose to create something new, something true, something that only you know you can do? When we're crossing the threshold, it's exciting at first. It feels activating, inspiring, energizing. Most of us do want the change. We want the result. And the excitement of change feels good at first. But there's this part of the threshold journey and the arc of change that is messy, that is disorienting, that is uncomfortable, that feels sometimes frustrating. It's not easy. It's something that requires us to face ourselves because we want change, but few of us are actually willing to do what it's required to create that change. We want the body, but we don't want to quit eating the very foods that hinder our health, that hinder our progress and our fitness. We want the easy path of least resistance, but nothing worth creating is easy. Like you look at the hardest climbs, they give you the best views, the greatest heights. Deciding to change is exhilarating, but living inside the messy middle is the part where it feels exhausting. It feels like it's not working. And most people want to quit in this phase. But the transformation is on the other side of this phase of navigating the uncertainty, the doubt, the chaos, because it's the struggle itself that creates the strength. It's the doubt, the fear, the limiting beliefs, the temptation to quit that builds your character, your power, your wisdom, and grows you and prepares you for the next level that you're calling in. It's like we want to be able to lift 200 pounds, but if we're not willing to work up to that, to build our capacity, to build our strength, and navigate the messy middle of the tireless or tiresome repetitions in the gym, the daily showing up, even when progress is not seen visibly yet. That's what is required of you right now. Change doesn't happen in the future. It doesn't happen out there. It happens right here, right now, because the only moment we have is now. Tomorrow becomes now. The past can be written in the now moment. The future, it becomes now. All we have is now. So to truly change, we must decide for it to change and act now. The more empowering path is remembering that we hold the power to decide to change, to decide to become who we're meant to be, and that now is the only moment that's ever and ever will exist. The future you keeps waiting for you to make that moment now. The reality. The future you can be summoned into existence when you collapse time and act and decide and speak like her now. But if you keep waiting for something outside of you to change you, to create that change, to create that result, you'll be waiting forever. You either wait or you initiate, you create. You remember your power when you create and initiate because it's your action, your aligned step that will create the compound and momentum that you are desiring. In one now moment at a time, your life transforms. So something that I want to talk about is time because time as we've known it is linear, chronos. It's 1 minute, 1 hour. But that's a construct that has been built to keep us in the predictable reality. And a threshold moves beyond that. Change does not require time. It requires trust and trust in yourself, in the decision, and the path that follows. Timing is different from time. Timing is not fixed. It operates more in spiral time, which is kairos, quantum, nonlinear, and it does not ask for a deadline. It asks for a frequency match. Who are you being? Is it a match with who you are becoming and who you say you want to be? Timing happens on the universe's terms, not the mind's. Time, we want this to happen by this date, is time. But when it's aligned timing, you're never behind and you're never too early. You're right on time. So this is your time to trust yourself, to trust your path, to trust your timing. Choosing to change your health, your body, and your life takes courage. And what you're facing right now is part of your path to mastery, not a detour away from it. This is your threshold moment. Will you choose to claim it and transform? If this episode landed with you, I would love for you to share it with someone else who's navigating their own threshold moment. When we hone in and we choose the threshold, We open doors to new possibilities, new identities and realities that didn't before exist. The trust and the transformation all begin with you. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you soon.